Ye toa so anakuafo abasobo ene yedegyina se de ekoso ewo mansini ahodo mu no oman nyina de no ekoso ewo Akuffo-Addo Jubilee Park sisi amno Kasee Ghana mampanyin na nadada nkwa Akuffo-Addo akodu ho no mu a wode nsem etudwa efekuaye ho yenkonkotie de ekoso ewo Akuffo-Addo.
The President, the Chief Director of the Ministry for Food and Agriculture, the President and members of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Omahene of the New Durban Traditional Area, members of the Diplomatic Corps, including the FAO Deputy Regional Representative for Africa, the 2021 National Best Farmer, our partners in the international financial community, residents of Akuffo-Addo, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Kono Chairperson, I'm always happy to be back in Akuffo-Addo, capital of my home region, the Eastern region. I'm grateful to Almighty God for yet another opportunity to join you, honor our farmers, fishers, and indeed all actors along the agricultural value chain for their invaluable contribution to our sustenance and for the development of Mother Ghana. Recent global events, which have led to a food crisis across the world, call for greater appreciation of what our farmers and fishers here in Ghana have done and continue to do for us. On a daily basis, there are news reports of countries struggling under the combined weight of the forces of the COVID-19 pandemic, the climate crisis, and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The effects of these forces entail disruption of supply chains, hikes in fuel prices, spiraling inflation, and sharp reductions in economic growth. On the agricultural front, the impact is seen in the shortage and high cost of critical inputs for farming, such as fertilizers. Significant rises in fuel prices globally have contributed to rising prices of foodstuffs across the world, and Ghana is no exception. In response to the impact of the challenges to general food security, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, rallied world leaders to a food system summit in September 2021, in which I participated on the sidelines of the meeting of the General Assembly to strategize on how to mitigate the growing threat to food systems. The emphasis at the summit was to help avert extreme poverty and looming hunger. It's specified in the UN Sustainable Development Goals 1 and 2, respectively. It was a call to action by all countries to prioritize agriculture and recommit to the transformation of food systems to build resilience and ensure sustainable food security. In this respect, I find the theme for this year's Farmers' Day celebration, accelerating agricultural development through value addition, most appropriate and timely. Value addition as a means of accelerating the development of agriculture is one of the logical strategies for ensuring food security, and rightly so. I say this because of the perennial problem of post-harvest losses experienced in most countries, including Ghana. Since 2017, strategic interventions in the agriculture sector have emphasized value addition through the implementation of the One District, One Factory flagship program by government. It is instructive to note that 172 of the 296 factories to be established under the program are agro-based, processing the rapidly increasing farm output of our farmers. Clearly, it is evident that Ghana has been put firmly on the track of value addition. Government appreciates fully that value addition is one of the best ways to unlocking the huge potential of Ghana's agriculture. Current developments in the country have reinforced the need to direct greater attention to promoting value addition. As a country, it is important to draw on very hard lessons from the impact of external factors on our food systems. Food prices in urban centers are unacceptably high. However, it is equally true that some internal factors are also contributing to the high prices. Government continues to evaluate the situation for appropriate action to be taken. Indeed, in July 2022, Cabinet set up an interministerial committee with a brief to intervene directly in the foodstuff market by buying food at the farm gate and transporting it for sale at urban centers. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture started a pilot food market in November by arranging for traders to bring food items such as plantain, yam, and rice direct to Accra from the production areas for direct sale to civil servants and the general public. The market has been so well patronized that it has been extended to 4 other locations within Greater Accra and is being rolled out in Kumasi, Akuffo-Addo, and Takoradi urban centers as well. And this is to enable consumers access to foodstuffs at affordable prices. Kono Chairperson, agriculture will continue to remain a top priority of my government. The massive investments made in the sector attest to this fact. The positive narrative about Ghana's support to the agriculture sector is that, unlike in several other countries, Ghana is better prepared and has demonstrated resilience to the current adversities threatening to destabilize our food systems. This has been possible because of the sound, pragmatic policies and programs rolled out at the inception of my stewardship. Our flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs, PFJ, with its focus on improving farm productivity through the use of technology on farms, has succeeded in increasing our food security and open up new opportunities for diversifying agricultural exports by promoting 6 tree crops for future substantial foreign exchange earnings. In 2016, government inherited production levels of 1.7 million metric tons of maize and 665,000 metric tons of rice. Under the Planting for Food and Jobs program, maize production reached 3.4 million tons by 2021 and rice to 1.2 million metric tons. The credit must go to our gallant farmers, fishers, and value chain actors who embraced the Planting for Food and Job policies and leveraged the opportunities created by the enabling environment for agricultural development. By design, Planting for Food and Jobs program has targeted other sectors under agriculture with promising results. Under its Rearing for Food and Jobs module, some 134,400 birds and small ruminants were distributed to 1,254 beneficiaries in 2022 alone. In addition, 900,000 broiler day-old chicks, together with 900 metric tons of feed and vaccines, have been contracted out for supply to farmers next year. Still, under the livestock sector, government has released 15.6 million cedis as payment of compensation to 280 farms affected by the highly pathogenic avian influenza. There is also support for disease surveillance, public awareness creation, capacity building, and the procurement of motorbikes for operational activities to enhance early detection, prevention, and disease management. As part of institutional strengthening for the Veterinary Service Directorate, 550 veterinary officers and allied staff have been recruited this year alone. Chairperson, the achievements of my government include the promotion of selected tree crops to diversify export earnings for the sector. For more than a century, Ghana has relied heavily on cocoa for foreign exchange earnings, whilst the potential for several other tree crops remains untapped. By an act of Parliament, the Tree Crop Development Authority was established in 2020 to coordinate and promote the development of 6 tree crops, namely cashew, rubber, oil palm, coconut, mango, and shea. At maturity, these selected crops will have the combined potential of generating annually an additional $12 billion United States dollars to supplement the annual $2 billion United States dollars from cocoa. Since the launch of the Tree Crop Development Program in 2018, several nurseries have been established with the participation of the private sector. The ministry, through the Tree Crops Development Authority, TCDA, facilitated the provision of 2.7 million improved seedlings to some 11,100 farmers during the 2022 cropping season. I commend the district assemblies for their participation in this effort, and I continue to urge our chiefs, landowners, and prospective investors to leverage the opportunities created in the tree crop subsector. Ghana Cocoa Board and other partners have facilitated the smooth introduction and enhancement of major interventions such as the National Cocoa Rehabilitation Program, the Hand Pollination Program, the Mass Pruning Exercise, Cocoa Diseases and Pest Control Program, the Subsidized Fertilizer Distribution Program, amongst others. Please excuse me. I've been reliably informed that 2 years after we relaunched the National Cocoa Rehabilitation Program in the Western North region, a total farm area of 56,343 hectares have been fully treated across the cocoa growing regions as of September 30th, 2022. As a result of the success of the program, thousands of farmers who had abandoned their cocoa farms due to the devastating effect of the cocoa swollen sheet virus disease have returned and are active again in the cocoa business. You have to excuse me, I have a bad cough. It is important to underscore that these interventions brought back smiles on the faces of our cherished farmers and also provided employment to some 27,000 youth in scheme areas. There is 1,361 as technical assistants, 1,845 as disease spotters, and 23,913 as farmhands. Kono Chairperson, in 2019, the government began the implementation of the Cocoa Management System, CMS, to help establish a credible database on Ghana's cocoa. The Integrated Cocoa Farm Database, which includes the development of a software data system, a census of all cocoa farmers in Ghana, as well as mapping of all farms, will ensure for the first time the availability of accurate information on land size, geographic locations, population, and record of cocoa farmers and farms in Ghana. I'm happy to announce again that the CMS is ready, setting in motion the processes of rolling out fully the much-anticipated Cocoa Farmers Pension Scheme. The mandatory pension scheme, which takes effect in the current 2022-2023 crop season, will provide a decent pension for cocoa farmers after a minimum of 5 years contribution. It is important to mention that the Living Income Differential LID pricing mechanism, being spearheaded by Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana, the two biggest global producers of cocoa, through the Côte d'Ivoire-Ghana Cocoa Initiative, is progressing despite seeming obstacles from some of our international trading partners. I want to assure our farmers that everything possible is being done to see to the full implementation of the scheme, to cushion them against price volatility, and also guarantee sustainable income, livelihoods, and income for them. Fellow Ghanaians, the sustainability of the cocoa sector is contingent on also how effectively we're able to fight the devastating effects of the illegal mining menace Galamsey. All of us, farmers and citizens, have a collective responsibility to bring this environmental canker to a halt if we do not want to ruin the inheritance our forefathers bequeathed us. Other interventions implemented by my government, which are critical for accelerated development of the country, including the following. A, greenhouse training centers. 3 greenhouse training centers with attached commercial units at Dawinya, Akuffo-Addo, and Bojuase for training youth in high-quality vegetable production have been constructed. These vegetables are sold to high-end shops such as Palace Mall, ShopRite, Starbite, KFC, and Burger King in Tema, Accra, and Kumasi, respectively. To date, some 537 youth have been trained, with 340 of them having received internship training in Israel. B, irrigation. Since 2017, substantial investments have been directed to the construction and rehabilitation of 12 irrigation schemes, for which 6 are 90% complete, 5 are between 45% to 70% complete, and the Pualugu Dam currently is at 5% completion. Together, these irrigation projects will make available 31,450 hectares of land for all year-round crop production when completed. C, warehouses. Measures taken by government to address other major marketing problems in the agriculture sector include construction of 80 warehouses of 1,000 metric ton capacity each for food storage and to reduce post-harvest losses. 65 of the 80 have been fully completed, handed over, and are currently in use. The remainder are all at advanced stages of completion, ranging from 70% to 90%. D, mechanization. To accelerate the process of agricultural modernization, my government, through various bilateral arrangements, has imported assorted agricultural machinery, including tractors, power tillers, planters, threshers, combine harvesters, and handheld equipment for smallholder farmers at a total value of $67 million United States dollars. These farm equipment and machinery are being sold at subsidized rates to farmers and other investors. Currently, I'm happy to report the processes have been concluded towards the establishment of a tractor assembly plant in Ghana. This will go a long way to reduce the cost of tractors, improve access to tractor parts, and create jobs. E, agriculture financing. To promote an increased investment in agriculture, government established the Ghana Incentive-Based Risk Sharing Agricultural Lending Scheme, GIRSA, in 2018. A little more than 3 years on, GIRSA has provided some 347 million cedis of guarantees, covering loans of some 720 million cedis to some 100 agri-businesses. These businesses are engaged in sale of agricultural inputs, direct production, aggregation, processing, marketing, and exports. The guarantees have contributed to lower interest rates for borrowers. To boost further financing for agribusinesses, government has established the Development Bank of Ghana, capitalized initially at 750 million euros, which will prioritize agriculture in its activities. F, Ghana Cares. Under the Ghana Cares or Batampa program, provision has also been made to enhance access to affordable financing for agribusinesses. A 50% interest rate subsidy provided to agribusinesses in selected value chains, namely rice, maize, soybean, tomato, and poultry. This complements the Outgrower and Value Chain Fund, which was established 11 years ago to provide medium to long-term financing at significantly reduced interest rates. Under the Savannah Investment Project, an amount of $2 million United States dollars is also earmarked to provide credit to poultry value chain actors, especially those in processing. E, the Youth Start program. Government has launched the Youth Start program to provide training, entrepreneurial skills, and financial support to entrepreneurial youth within the age bracket of 18 to 40 years to help them start, build, and grow their businesses. The Youth Start program will be a very important vehicle for equipping the youth to enter into agro-based businesses such as input distribution, marketing, and value addition, and leveraging on digital technology. Use the opportunity to encourage the district assemblies and faith-based organizations to support the youth to take advantage of the program. Kono Chairperson, the overwhelming evidence points to an impressive performance of government in pursuit of its agricultural modernization and transformation agenda. From an average of 3.78% growth in the 5-year period from 2012 to 2016, average annual growth nearly doubled to 6.3% in the period 2017 to 2021.